All right, this lesson covers Unit 1, Skill 1, which is focusing on the distributive property. Okay. And then we'll also do some combining like terms, but I'll get to that second. So a basic distributive property problem would be like this. Okay. It involves multiplication. You have a single term written down, maybe like negative 7x. So a term can involve a number and a variable together. And we're wanting to multiply this, which we'll show with parentheses, by two terms, which we call a binomial. Let's say negative 8 plus 3x. So that is like contained in parentheses. So this multiplication, it's not just negative 7x times negative 8, it's also negative 7x times this 3x, right? Because there's like two separate terms here. They're separated by the plus sign, by that sign in the middle. So the distributive property just says multiply to both. So here we go. Negative 7x times negative 8. The two negatives will multiply to a positive, and 7 times 8 then is 56. And then there's just an x after it, because it's an x here, and there's no x with the 8, so you just bring that one x down. Now, as we multiply negative 7x to this positive 3x, notice it's a negative times a positive, which is a negative, so I'm bringing down the sign of a negative. 7 times the 3 is a 21, and now we have two x's, right? X times another x, and x times x equals x squared. That's when the exponent changes, is when you're multiplying two x's together, so it's 21x squared. Now you could leave your answer like this, or if you want to put the x squared term first, you got to bring this negative symbol with that term, negative 21x squared. The 56x is positive, so plus 56x. Okay, so this is a good answer, or this is a good answer, and actually this one is kind of preferred because we like to put the highest exponent terms first. So that's an example of the distributive property, okay, just alone with nothing else to do in the problem. Now, the other skill that we're covering in this lesson from Unit 1 is skill number 2, which is combining like terms. Okay, and then we're going to put skills 1 and 2 together. So combining like terms, so I'll call this example 2. Let's say x is my first term. A term could be a combination of a number and a variable. In this case, it's only a variable. The second term is a negative 7, so it'll be like x minus 7. There's two terms, and then plus 3x. There's a positive 3x term, and then minus 8. So right now, there's like four terms listed, with plus and minus signs, and of course we can combine the terms that are like or the same. To be a like term, it has to have a variable, the same variable raised to the same exponent. So, this is x to the first power, this is x to the first power. This negative 7, we call it a constant because there's no variable, and negative 8 is a constant, no variable. And so now we combine those. Usually we're going to combine the largest exponent terms first. So for example, when we put these together, it's positive. This is like a positive 1, right, when it's just x by itself. So it's 1 plus 3 is 4x. Okay, 1 plus 3. The x doesn't change. We did not multiply here. Okay, it is not x times x. It's not x squared. Okay, and then we go to our constants, okay, and negative 7 and a minus 8. See how those are both negative? And so when you combine those, you get a bigger negative, right? Negative 15, so it's minus 15, 4x minus 15. Okay, that right there That's the expression that we get when we combine like terms. Okay, now what we really want to do is to combine these two skills. So I'm going to scroll this up. Okay, I'll leave a little bit of that. Let's see. So I really want to do both of these together. So here's example 3. 4 times negative 3r plus 1, parentheses, and then plus 2. So this involves some distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. Right here, we need to multiply that 4 through the parentheses first. Because in the order of operations, you multiply before you would do any addition with that plus 2 here at the end. Okay, so in our next step here, we do 4 times that negative 3r, and we get negative 12r. We do, again, 4 times this positive 1, and we get positive 4. And now you just bring down the plus 2. Okay, so negative 12r plus 4 plus 2, and now we combine like terms, right? So first we distribute, and then we combine like terms. In this example, our like terms are these constants here at the end, right? And so final answer, negative 12r, 4 plus 2 is positive 6. Okay, great. One more example. Ideally, I'd like to go to this step here, where we have 2 steps of the distributive property. So 3 times x plus 7 minus 4 times 2x plus 7. Okay, so I have 2 sets of parentheses. We need to distribute 2 different times, right? So the 3 is distributed to the x plus 7, and we get 3x plus 21. The 4, now it's not just a 4, it's a negative 4. Okay, that negative is important. That gets distributed over here. So we get negative 8x, and then still negative 4 times positive 7 is negative 28. Now we have 4 terms, and we need to combine like terms. So we've got 3x and negative 8x, right? Those combine here to negative 5x. And then we've got this positive 21, negative 28. We're going to combine those like terms, and let's see, the bigger number is negative, so the answer is negative 7. Okay, and then that becomes our final answer here. So our goal here is to be able to distribute and combine like terms. Watch out for that negative in the middle. You do need to distribute it into the parentheses as well. All right, so now I'm going to give you one practice problem. So I'm going to scroll this up here. Whoa, that's weird. Okay, anyway. So try this one out. So I'm going to write this, let's see, let's do 7 times 5x plus 1 minus 6 parentheses x plus 6. Okay, now go ahead and pause the video, try this problem on your own piece of paper, and then start the video back up, and you'll see the answer up here. Okay, so go ahead and pause it here in the next couple seconds. Okay, hopefully you took the time to try this problem. Here's my work, and the answer is 29x minus 29.